SKS Industries was just a difficult name to market because it didn't really say who we were as a company. We had improved our armor poly film at that time, and we created a much better product, but it seemed like whenever we would go out and talk to customers about that product, they would forget that we had it. They thought of us as the VCI paper company in Howell, Michigan, and it was really important that we dislodge that perception in their mind, and the only way to really do that was to change the name. It was kind of an interesting way that we changed the name. As I said, John's daughter, son, and wife were the initials of the company, SKS Industries. So I figured it would be a difficult discussion with John to say, hey, can we change the name of your company? And so it was kind of one of those things where I mentioned it a couple times, threw out some ideas of possibly having some struggles with the name and the initials. And then I called a meeting and I presented the why. And I gave him experiences and instances of where it was difficult. I didn't tell him what the name was going to be at that meeting. It was just simply a meeting to say, are you open to changing the name? And if so, give me 30 days to come up with a name and I'll give you a couple options. And so he agreed. It was him and Robin in that meeting, and they both thought it's worth a shot. Let's come back in 30 days and see what we could come up with. So we came back about 30 days later, and I don't remember this, but John reminded me of this. I was supposed to give him a couple options. I think I only gave him one. We looked at what do we do? What are we good at? What is it that SKS Industries at that time was doing? We wanted a name that would work globally, a name that would work in Mexico or Europe or the United States and have at least the same impact in all places. And we came up with ARMOR. The vision of a knight protecting, serving, that was exactly what we did. And I think especially the fact that we always prided ourselves on service, being as important as the products themselves. The knight was a good fit for that. So when we went to the name change, ARMOR, I got help from a friend of mine who was a graphic designer, Bob Patton from Patton ID. Bob was an integral part of helping us create that logo and really creating that brand and that positioning in the mind of our customers. And so really everything at that point fit from to serve and preserve, meaning the products and the service being as important as each other, to the theme of ARMOR and what we were about. Everything really kind of fell from there. We've been successful in large part because of his help. So I think it was probably one of my better sales calls in my life, getting John to change his name. I think John was on board with it. He wasn't, jumping up and down at the idea of changing his name of his company, especially because it was family names. But I think he saw what we needed to do. I think the argument was good and sound, and I think he thought this is what we needed to do to get to the next step in our company's life cycle.